In today's lesson, we'll be learning about area of composite figures. Before we begin, let's review some of the formulas that we might be using today. In our first example, we need to determine the area of this composite figure. The first thing you want to do is break this composite figure down into smaller shapes. I see what looks to be a square and a rectangle. Before doing any calculations, it is a good idea to figure out all your unknown side lengths. Well, since we know this is 4 centimeters, and this is 2 centimeters, therefore this side length over here must be 2 centimeters as well. And if this side length is 5 centimeters, and this is 2 centimeters, that means this length over here is going to be 3 centimeters. Now that I have all my dimensions, I'm going to take a closer look at this square. Then afterwards, I'm going to take a closer look at this rectangle. If you recall, the area of a square is length times width. At this point, I'm going to replace some of these variables with their known values. The length is 2, and the width is 2 as well, since it's a square. Therefore, 2 times 2 is going to be 4 centimeters squared. If you remember, the formula for area of a rectangle is length times width. At this point, I'm going to replace some of these variables with their known values. The length is going to be 5, and the width is going to be 2. Therefore, 5 times 2 is 10 centimeters squared. Looking back at our original figure, we now know the area of a square to be 4 centimeters squared. Meanwhile, the area of the rectangle is 10 centimeters squared. Therefore, to find the total area of this composite figure, all we need to do is add up these two areas. I've gone ahead and done that already. Therefore, the total area of this composite figure is 14 centimeters squared.